Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Randall from the Gatorade Sport Science Institute. Just waiting for Lucy Bronze to join and we'll get started. So yeah, nice to have you all here. We'll be getting started shortly. Just waiting for Lucy to join. Oh great, nice to see like nearly 100 of you joining already, amazing. So we're going to be talking about fuel today and about fueling for football or soccer players. And Lucy's going to be sharing with us her experiences as well. Ella, I've seen you joined. Nice to see you. Hi. Okay. I think Lucy is joining. 1 second, let me just see. Wait for her. Thanks everyone that's joined so far. Just Lucy should be joining us. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Right, before we talk about anything, just a massive congratulations for the cup win at the weekend.
Thank you. A couple of days ago now, so had a few days off, so ready to train again tomorrow.
Yeah, good stuff. So do you want to get the introduction started? We want to talk about fuel?
Yeah. So welcome everyone to SkillsSorted and WePlayStrong and obviously Gatorade. The next few weeks we'll be talking about fuel, hydration, recovery, and menstruation. Tonight's live is all about fuel. And yeah, we'll be going along with some vlogs with our Man City under-23 player Ella. So yeah, let's crack on with fuel and talk about the importance of pre-match meals and how we fuel before big games.
Yeah, so it's obviously super important. You probably know that yourself. When footballers are playing a match, they can expend around like 600 to 1,000 calories, which is loads when you think about it. So it's really important that football players are really fueled well beforehand because our body stores carbohydrates and fats in our muscles. But when we're doing like really explosive like jumps, sprints, like tackles, we use more and more of those carbohydrate stores and they get used up. So if we use up all our stores, we're not going to be able to keep on going till the end of the match. So making sure that you have carbohydrate in your pre-match meal, and then also at halftime is a great opportunity to have some carbohydrate as well. So it's like a battery. We just need to make sure that we keep filling that battery up so we can keep going.
So what would you be like? What would be your best suggestions on getting enough fuel?
Yeah, so what we recommend is about 3 hours before a match, you ingest 2.5 grams of carbohydrate per kilogram of your body weight. So that's like some maths that you've got to work out. So you multiply your body weight by 2.5 grams. And then 30 minutes before the match or an hour before the match, it's good to top up those stores again. And having something like a Gatorade sports drink or a gel is a really good thing to have just before you're about to kick off. And then, as I said before, half time, you can top up if you need a bit more.
So like a good example would be like if you weighed say like 70 kilograms, times that by 2.5, which should be pretty easy maths, 140, 100, 175. So you
Yeah,
get 175 grams of carbs altogether then basically.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
good
My
math.
mum's a maths teacher, so I
Yeah.
can do the 2.5 times body weight. But yeah, I mean I'm sure people you just get that on the calculator. And I think it's really easy to like read the back of like the Gatorade bottles, whatever, like the bits of food that you eat, and then you can see how many carbs are in each like product. So it's quite easy to add it all up really.
Yeah, definitely. And things like, porridge before a match, good source of carbohydrate. A bagel has around 45 grams of carbohydrate. And as you said, a sports drink like Gatorade as well has around 30 grams. So yeah, it's kind of, you have to do a bit of like maths and a bit of working out like what you need. But once you've got that sorted and you try it out a few times, then you should be good to go.
Yeah. I think I tend to go for like a bagel or a porridge before like the pre-match kind of meal. I think that's kind of the standard of most players.
Does
A lot
it
of people,
depend what time your match starts as to like what you might eat beforehand?
I think the games where you play at like 12:30, obviously you only really have a breakfast. So your
Yeah.
breakfast is your pre-match. So you kind of have your porridge, your toast, which you would have for breakfast anyway. That's a little bit harder to get your carbs in before that game. So you tend to eat more the night before
Yeah,
to try and
perfect.
make up for it. Whereas, like say the other day on Saturday we played it like after 5 o'clock, like 5:15. So I think we had 3 meals throughout the day. You had your breakfast, then we had like a small snack around lunchtime, and then like a big pre-match. So I was able to eat a bit more that day. So it would probably be like porridge. I had loads of jelly just because there was jelly at the hotel. I
Nice.
like jelly. I know it's not got loads of carbs in, but I just like jelly. And then for pre-match, I had more of my carbs, which was like a bagel probably.
Do you find
Yeah.
that nerves like make you want to eat less, or do you still like you find you can eat okay even if you're really nervous?
I don't tend to get too nervous, but I just think um, like on the day of the game, I find it hard to eat as many carbs as like you're supposed to. Like it is quite a lot still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my thing has always been to try and eat as much as I can the night before. Um, yeah, like say especially when we play say England, we have a lot of chances to eat food. So we will have like our lunch, then we have snacks, then we have dinner, then we have snacks again. So there's constantly that
Yeah.
snacking process. But when I say snacks, it's not like sweets and stuff. It's like toast and it basically anything that's carbs. Is
Yeah.
it snacks?
You have some cereal bars.
Yeah, cereal bars, flapjacks, but like more of like a healthy kind of flapjack.
And what's during the game, what's your like nutrition strategy? Do you have things that like in your drinks bottle you're able, because it's like sometimes you don't get much opportunity during the match to take on board drinks or gels or sports drinks.
I think I'm someone who I really like drinking sports drinks anyway. I have loads. Like I probably drink about two before a game. I always have one at half time. I'm probably quite good for drinking the sports drinks. And there's like I think there's a bit of a sneaky thing going around at the minute. Everyone's saying about the gels that people use. And I think that there's a lot of teams now that kind of have a thing at like 60, 70 minutes where they all try and grab a gel. I think it was a team went, I think it was Southampton, they said, oh, they went down, someone went down injured around 70, 60, 70 minutes so that everyone could get a gel.
Ah,
But equally for me, that's quite easy because I take throw-ins that if there's something on the
oh yeah.
side, I could just pick it up and have a drink or have a gel or whatever. So yeah, it's quite handy
But
being
for
full
some
back.
positions, it might, or like for certain people that have a different role in the game, they might not be able to get on board as much as like you have a good opportunity with your throw-ins.
Yeah, I think like that's the good opportunity. Not obviously you don't want people to go down injured, but that's always a good opportunity. You see all the players run to the bench, and you see the sports scientists trying to throw them like the Gatorade, trying to throw them drinks on, because you don't get the opportunity if you think you're playing 45 minutes straight. When would you do exercise for 45 minutes without
Yeah, without.
taking on something a little bit more? So yeah, those kind of opportunities are key in games, and I think players don't always take advantage of them.
One question that did come in, Lucy, is like, how do you prepare your pre-match meals?
I guess it's quite easy at club, especially on away games, because we just eat as a team. When I used to live in France, I didn't always like the food there, so I used to prepare things myself and take like a little Tupperware, a little box, with me to games, just to make sure that if there was something, if I didn't get enough food or there wasn't something that I liked, I had that. Um, and yeah, I think like again, I said porridge is quite a key thing that I like to eat, and it's quite easy to carry around like a little pot of porridge. You just
Yeah.
pour hot water in it or something. Um, so yeah, I don't ever really struggle. I think I maybe struggled when I was younger, and obviously you don't play professional. And my dad used to pick me up from school, or used to take me in the car. Used to drive for hours. But I was quite lucky. My dad would make me like spaghetti bolognese, and I'd just eat that in the car.
Do you feel like the longer you've got in your career, the more you have like been educated about nutrition and you learn a lot more about it?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've always loved food anyway, and it's never been an issue for me to eat healthy or eat enough carbs. But as I've gotten older and had more conversations with people, especially like people like yourself, like people who actually know what they're talking about, I've learned.
Sometimes.
I'm still learning now. I know I'm more like a senior player and stuff, but there's still things now that I'll get told that I probably didn't know or wasn't aware of. And I think even like the fueling with carbs is probably something that I've only really focused on in the kind of last 2 or 3 years. Um, just from having a conversation with a nutritionist at England and realizing actually I could probably do with eating a lot more, just because you don't realize how much energy you're using in a game sometimes. And obviously I'm a player that likes to run a lot anyway, so I'm probably expending more energy than even the other girls who are on my team. So that average energy expenditure is probably a little bit higher for me.
Yeah, that's the thing, like every player is going to be different as well. And I guess like now that you've got this expertise and knowledge, it's great doing something that like this where you can give that advice to up and coming players, like what we'll see with Ella in the Skills Sorted episodes.
Yeah, well, I think Ella found that as the same thing. It's like you don't know until like someone like yourself tells you, and I think she was quite shocked as well. But yeah, we'll see that anyway.
Yeah. Another question's come in, which is quite interesting, and it's kind of related to one of the other topics we'll do at some point. But do you change like anything that you eat when it's the time of your month?
I think subconsciously I probably do. I think sometimes I lose my appetite, which means like those kind of snacking times become more important for me. I think, yeah, like I get that with my time of the month, but some people get that, like we say, with nerves.
Yeah.
You find it harder to eat, so I think that's why it's more important to find those snacks. And like I said, them snacks is more like your porridge and your toast, your bagels, rather than you might not be able to eat a big meal of rice and chicken or whatever. It's better to just eat like little and often if you're then struggling to eat like them big meals.
Having those like little bits that you can just like pick at so that you know that you're getting something rather than like nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's like just a drink, like
Hmm.
sometimes, especially in warm weather, I always find it hard to eat a lot of food. Like, and we always play tournaments in the summer. Um, and yeah, when the weather's hot, I feel like everyone thinks that when they're on holiday, like you don't like to eat when it's really hot. So I think that's when it's really important to get it in like drinks,
Drinks,
in your
yeah, and
carb
things.
drinks. Yeah, so you just always just carrying around a drink that's got those bits of energy and bits of carbs in.
Yeah. And again, that's great because I know we'll talk about like hydration in one of the upcoming episodes as well. But yeah, you're right. Like when the weather's hot, like it sometimes does feel uncomfortable to eat. So having something that you can drink will keep you hydrated as well as give you the fuel that you need.
Yeah.
Got any other questions coming in? I'm not sure.
Yeah, has anybody got any more questions on fueling before games or even training? I
Yeah,
think
again,
it's
some people
yeah.
think, oh, you just got to fuel for match days, but actually training for some of those high intensity training days is just as important, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like some days you train just as hard as what you play in a game. Sometimes training's harder than some games. You know, you might play games at the weekend that aren't as physically demanding. So it is just as important that you feel right for training as you do for a game.
Yeah. Great. Well, there's been a lot of congratulations that has come in on the chat to you. I've been reading it as it's come in. And it's been great to catch up with you again. I know we've got some of the other episodes coming up in the next few weeks, haven't we?
Yeah, I can't see many more questions, but yeah, it's been good to speak about fuel this week. And
Yeah, I think, yeah, the
just to
episode is going out later today. Is that correct?
yeah,
So
the full episode with Ella will be on YouTube. Everyone subscribe to WePlayStrong's YouTube channel. Follow the WePlayStrong profile, which is this
yeah,
one. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction. And yeah, there'll be plenty of information on Instagram, and keep following for the next couple of weeks. And we'll be back next Monday, same time, same place.
great. Thanks so
Yeah,
much for taking the time today, Lucy.
thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks everyone.
Bye
See ya.
bye.